The storm outside had been raging for hours, but the real one was happening in my office. I slammed the folder on the desk. "Tell me this isn't what it looks like," Lena flinched. Her eyes darted to Aaron. "Ethan, please, calm down." "You're overreacting! Overreacting?" My voice cracked. "You moved the company funds to your account and forged my signature. You call that overreacting?" Aaron leaned back in my chair, and smirked. "You should have paid more attention to the books. You trusted us too much." "I trusted my best friend," I said. "And the woman I was going to marry." Lena's lips trembled. "It's not what you think, it's exactly what I think." I cut her off. "You both used me." Aaron stood, walking around the desk like he owned the place. "Don't be dramatic, Ethan. Business is business." "You were holding us back. By being honest." "By being naive," he said coldly. "You design buildings, Ethan. You don't know how to survive in this world." I turned to Lena, hoping for something. Remorse, guilt, anything. "Tell me he's lying." She looked away. "I never wanted it to be like this. So it is like this." The room fell silent except for the rain beating against the glass. My heart pounded so loudly I could barely breathe. "Why?" I whispered. "After everything we built together." Aaron poured himself a drink. "Because you were in the way. Investors trust you, but they listen to me. We needed your name, not your ideals. And me?" I asked Lena quietly. She met my eyes for a moment, tears gathering. I loved you, Ethan, but love doesn't pay the bills." I laughed bitterly. "You mean love doesn't buy penthouses?" "Stop," she snapped. "You think you're some saint? You spent more time on your projects than on us. You made me feel invisible." "So you destroyed me to feel seen." Aaron set down his glass. "Enough, both of you. We didn't come here to argue. We came to end this cleanly." "Cleanly?" I said, stepping forward. "You forged documents and stole my company," he shrugged. "And in a few hours, when the story breaks, you'll be remembered as the man who committed fraud and vanished." The board already signed the papers. "It's over, my knees went weak." "You planned this." Aaron's grin widened. "Every step." Lena's voice shook. "Aaron, maybe we shouldn't." He silenced her with a glare. "You knew what this meant." I grabbed the folder again, desperate, furious. "I built this company from nothing. I gave you both everything." Aaron's tone turned mocking. "And now you'll give us your silence." I lunged at him, rage exploding. We crashed against the desk, papers flying. He shoved me hard, too hard. My head hit the edge of the cabinet. Pain flashed white hot. Lena screamed, "Aaron, stop!" He froze for a second, staring at the blood dripping down my temple. "Damn it, Ethan, look what you made me do." I staggered, dizzy. You won't get away with this." Aaron's jaw tightened. "No one's going to believe you." "You're already ruined." He grabbed his coat, motioning to Lena. "We have to go." She hesitated, tears running down her cheeks. "We can't just leave him." Aaron's voice dropped low. "If he lives, everything falls apart. You choose, Lena, him or us." Her silence cut deeper than any wound. I reached for her hand, but she stepped back. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Don't," I said, my throat burning. "Don't you dare apologize now." Aaron opened the door. The hallway light spilled in, blinding. "Goodbye, Ethan. Maybe next life you'll learn how the world really works." They left. The door slammed. I sank to the floor, the taste of iron in my mouth. The city lights outside blurred into streaks through the rain. My own office, my sanctuary, felt like a grave. I tried to stand, but the room spun. My voice cracked into the emptiness. "You won't win. I'll make you pay." The words faded as darkness closed in. Somewhere far away, thunder rolled. I thought it was my heartbeat slowing. I don't know how long I lay there. Minutes, maybe hours. The pain dulled, replaced by a strange calm. All I could think about was Lena's face when she said sorry. Sorry wasn't enough. Sorry didn't fix betrayal. I laughed weakly, the sound hollow in the silence. "You took everything," I murmured, "but you forgot one thing." Lightning flashed across the window, lighting the room for a split second. My reflection in the glass looked nothing like me. Bloodied, broken, eyes hollow but burning. "I'm still alive." My phone buzzed faintly somewhere under the desk. I crawled toward it, fingers trembling. The screen was cracked, but one message blinked unread, an email from an unknown address. Subject line, "They think you're dead." "Don't prove them wrong yet," I frowned, half-conscious. I tried to open it, but the phone slipped from my hand. My vision blurred. The rain outside grew louder, heavier. almost deafening. I whispered to no one. If this is the end, then remember this, Aaron. Remember this, Lena. I was still breathing when you walked away. Everything went dark. The storm kept raging, tearing through the city like it was mourning me. Maybe it was. When I woke again, there was light, soft, flickering, unreal. I couldn't move, but I could feel warmth against my skin like a fire nearby. A man's voice broke through the haze. You're lucky I found you, son. Another hour and you'd be gone. I tried to speak, but my throat burned. Don't talk, he said gently. You're safe now, safe. The word felt foreign. Nothing about me was safe anymore. I closed my eyes and let the darkness pull me back. Somewhere inside it, a promise burned brighter than the pain. They left me for dead. But I wasn't done yet. When I opened my eyes, I thought I was still dead. The air smelled of smoke and pine, and the ceiling above me was made of wood, not glass or metal. My throat burned when I tried to speak. A voice came from the corner. You're awake. I turned my head slowly. An older man sat beside a small fire, his face lined but steady. Where am I? My voice was rough, barely human. In my cabin, he said. Name's Dalton. You were half buried in mud when I found you by the river. I tried to sit up, but pain shot through my ribs. The river? He nodded. You must have fallen off the ridge near the old highway. I thought you were gone when I pulled you out. I stared at him, confused. How long have I been here? Almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks. The words hit me like another blow. Why did you save me? He looked into the fire. Because you were still breathing. Silence filled the cabin. Only the crackle of fire answered us. I finally said, You don't know who I am. He chuckled softly. Ethan Cole, I've seen your face on the news more times than I can count. I froze. Then you know what they said. That you stole money from your own company. That you ran away. And you believe that? He shrugged. Didn't need to. I don't take the world's word for truth. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. The fire popped, throwing sparks into the air. I whispered, I should have died out there. He poured tea into a tin cup and handed it to me. You didn't, so stop talking like you did. I stared into the cup. You don't understand. Everything I built is gone. My name, my company, my life. Then build something else. I can't. He leaned forward, eyes sharp. You can't yet, but you will. His certainty unsettled me. Why do you care? Because I've been where you are, he said quietly. I lost everything once too. Money, trust, family. The only thing that got me back was patience. Patience doesn't fix betrayal, I muttered. No, he said, but it gives you the time to decide what kind of man you'll be when the pain fades. I looked away. The storm outside howled against the walls like it was trying to tear me back into it. I don't know who I am anymore. He stood and threw another log into the fire. Then stop being who you were. What's that supposed to mean? It means Ethan Cole died out there in that storm, he said. And maybe that's a good thing. I stared at him, stunned. You think I should just forget everything? No, remember it, he said. But don't live there. You can't rebuild while staring at ruins. I clenched my fists. They destroyed me, Dalton. They stole my life. He met my gaze without flinching. Then take it back. But do it right. What's right about revenge? Nothing, he said simply. But justice, that's different. Justice takes time. Revenge takes your soul. His words lingered long after he walked out into the rain to fetch wood. When he returned, I was still sitting there, staring into the flames. You thinking of going back? He asked. I don't know. I don't even have a plan. You don't need a plan yet, he said. You need strength first. He started showing me simple tasks over the next few days. How to chop wood, cook over fire, clean wounds properly. My body was weak, but my mind refused to stay quiet. Every cut of the axe was a reminder of Aaron's smirk, of Lena's trembling apology. Dalton noticed. You swing that like you're trying to kill ghosts, he said. Maybe I am. He smiled faintly, then hit harder. That night I asked him, Why didn't you report me? You could have handed me over to the police, he looked amused, and ruined the only mystery I've had in 10 years. No thanks. You don't believe I'm guilty? I believe a man bleeding in the mud isn't the same man the world described. I wanted to argue, but my throat tightened. You shouldn't trust me. He stirred the fire. I don't. But I see something in your eyes, a decision waiting to happen. Just make sure it's the right one. Days turned into weeks. My wounds healed, but the rest of me didn't. Each morning I woke before sunrise, haunted by the echo of Aaron's words. Let's see if the world even remembers you. One morning, I asked Dalton, what did you do when you lost everything? He smiled without humor. I started over under a different name, became someone my enemies couldn't recognize. Did it work? He stared out the window. Eventually. Took me 20 years to realize I wasn't getting revenge. I was getting free. His words settled deep inside me. That night, as I watched the flames dance, I whispered, if I disappear, maybe I can come back stronger. Dalton didn't look at me. Then disappear the right way. Leave the anger here. I can't, I said. It's all I have left. He finally turned to me. Then shape it into something useful. Don't let it shape you. I looked into the fire until my reflection blurred. The man staring back didn't look like Ethan Cole anymore. Dalton said softly, tomorrow we'll start over. You'll need a new name, a new purpose. A new me, I murmured. He nodded. Exactly. Outside, the rain stopped for the first time in weeks. The silence felt strange, almost sacred. I lay back on the cot, feeling the faint rhythm of my heartbeat and the weight of the name I was about to bury. Ethan Cole had died in that storm. What rose from it wasn't born of forgiveness. It was born of patience, pain, and fire. The city smelled like wet concrete and old smoke. I walked past buildings I had drawn and pretended not to notice the plaques that bore other names. A vendor called, you want coffee? Black, I said. He handed it over. New face, he said. Welcome back. Just visiting, I said. 2 years had made me into someone else. Ethan Hale. Different name, different papers, same hands that still measured angles in the air. My reflection in storefront glass didn't match the man whose face the tabloids used. That helped. It didn't stop the ache when I saw my work with foreign names. A woman tapped my shoulder. Ethan Hale? Architect? I turned. Who wants to know? Sophia Grant, she said, pen ready. I'm writing about shady development deals. You look like you know the city. I've seen a lot, I said. 10 minutes for a pattern check. I'm trying to connect transfers to projects. Blake Moore shows up a lot. My chest tightened. You mean Aaron Blake and Lena Moore? She blinked. You know them? I used to, I said. My voice kept steady. Why are you asking about them? Because they keep surfacing where money disappears. Because someone vanished and the company kept moving. If you know anything, it helps. She watched me closely. You don't have to talk if it's dangerous. Everything about them is dangerous, I said. Then why are you here? She asked. To see if the ghosts prefer their creators, I answered. To see how loud their smiles sound when they're wearing my name. She didn't flinch. You sound like a man with a secret. I'm careful now. I let the words hang. I don't trust headlines. She folded her notebook.
Do you ever regret staying away?
I looked at the skyline. Regret keeps you small. I have plans. My fingers brushed the business card in my pocket. But I watch. People watch when they think no one cares, she said. That's when lies grow roots. Do you want a scoop or the truth? I asked. Both, she said. They often end up the same. She sat on a bench and patted the spot. Tell me a small thing. Who did the glass work on the East Tower? I told her without thinking. My mouth named the subcontractor, the supplier, a corner detail no one besides me would notice. She scribbled, impressed. You have an eye. Why hide it? I had to, I said. Some people make careers out of covering other people's names. Her pen stopped. You're vague. Because vagueness is safe, I said. For now. You could help me, she said. You could point me to papers, to names, to transfers. And be careful while doing it, I added. She smiled, not surprised. That's the risk. I can handle it. I gave her a card. It felt wrong to hand over a name that wasn't mine. I won't be the source who breaks the story. Not yet. Understood, she said lightly. But if you change your mind, call me. Her eyes searched mine. Why are you protecting them? I'm not protecting them. I kept my voice low. I'm planning? Revenge? She asked bluntly. Justice, I corrected. There's a difference, and what does justice look like? She pressed. Slow, I said. Quiet, effective. Like patience? She guessed. Exactly. She laughed softly. You sound like someone who rehearsed that answer. Maybe I have, I admitted. Maybe the rehearsal saved me. She watched me, thoughtful. You could be useful. She slid a small recorder into her pocket. If you ever want to help Ethan Hale, here's my number. I took it. Her fingers brushed mine in a way that wasn't accidental. Why journalism? I asked. Because lies need light, she said. And because people like you don't often step into the light willingly. Why do you care? I asked. Because the city deserves truth, she said simply. And because the people who get hurt deserve someone who won't forget. We sat in a quiet that felt almost dangerous. Children laughed in the distance. Life moved on like it didn't know it was covered in other people's theft. You're dangerous, she said suddenly. You look like someone who knows how to wait. I am dangerous to people who have stolen, I said. Then be careful, she warned. Attention will find you. You worry too much for a reporter, I said. She shrugged. I worry because I care. Call me if you decide truth is worth exposure. She left with a wave. I watched her melt into the crowd. The card in my hand felt like a small weapon. I walked to the tower I had designed and traced the outline with my eyes. A different name glinted on the plaque. I put Sophia's card into my wallet and pressed my thumb against the crease. 2 years, I whispered. 2 years is enough to plan a return. The city hummed around me, unaware. I walked slower, my mind folding plans like paper cranes, sharp, neat, ready to unfold. If they thought I was a ghost, I planned to be the nightmare that wakes them up. I tucked the card deeper and walked until dusk braided into neon. My hands remembered every joint and beam as if they belonged to someone else. Tonight I would sleep with a plan forming. Tomorrow I would begin to shape their fall, piece by patient piece. Sophia leaned over the desk, her laptop glowing between us. They moved the money through shell firms in Dubai. Same dates, same signatures, Aaron's digital stamp. Lena's too. I asked. My voice was steady, but my fingers weren't. She nodded. Her name appears on secondary authorizations. You see these initials? Lem. Lena Moore. I stared at the screen, my pulse thudding. She used her maiden initials. Smart, just enough distance to claim ignorance later. Except ignorance doesn't hide bank records, Sophia said. You were right. The whole company's a front. I exhaled slowly, and everyone believed I was the one who laundered the funds. You were the perfect scapegoat, she said. Too clean, too trusting. Not anymore. I leaned closer. What about the city permits? She clicked a few keys. Bribes. Paid to 3 councilmen. Fake consulting fees. Same trail, I smirked bitterly. They built their empire on lies and think it's solid stone. Sophia gave me a quick look. And you're planning to knock it down? I'm planning to bury them under it, I said. Her lips curved slightly. You sound like a man who's rehearsed this moment. I've lived for it, I admitted. 2 years of silence for one clean strike. She hesitated. What if you get caught? I already was, I said. Now I'm just rewriting the ending. Sophia turned the laptop toward me again. Victor Hale's name gives you cover. Keep pretending you're consulting for him. It opens doors. I've been careful, I said. He thinks I'm his secret weapon against Blake Moore Construction. He doesn't know he's part of my revenge. She smiled faintly. You're good at this. I learned from the best liar I ever loved, I said quietly. She didn't reply. The silence between us buzzed with unspoken things. Admiration, fear, maybe something else. Then her phone buzzed. She frowned. Clara Moore, she wants to meet you. My stomach tightened. Lena's sister? Yeah, says she knows who you really are. I stood slowly. Then it's time we talked. We met at a cafe tucked between 2 glass towers, ironically one of mine. Clara looked like Lena, but softer, less polished. She froze when she saw me. Ethan, she whispered. I sat across from her. That name's supposed to be dead. I know, she said quickly. But I recognized you the moment I saw your eyes. You shouldn't be here. Neither should your sister, I said. Yet she's thriving off what she stole. She made mistakes, Clara said. But she's not evil. She ruined me. She let me die, I snapped. That's not a mistake. She was scared, Clara said. Aaron forced her into it. She signed the papers, I said flatly. Don't tell me she was innocent. Tears filled her eyes. She thought you'd come after her if she didn't. I laughed softly. I was too blind to see the knife she already had. Please, she whispered, leaning forward.
Don't hurt her.
She's still my sister. She killed the man I was, I said coldly.
You can't ask me to forget that. She's changed, Clara pleaded.
She talks about you, about guilt. She cries when your name comes up. Guilt is a luxury for the living, I said. I lost everything, Clara's voice cracked. Then what do you want from her? The truth, I said. In her words, in front of the world. She'll never do that, Clara said. She will, I replied, when she realizes everything she built is about to collapse. You're planning to destroy her life. She destroyed mine, I said quietly. This is balance, she shook her head. You sound just like Aaron. That hit harder than I expected. Don't compare me to him. Then prove you're different, she said. Walk away. I can't. Because you don't want to, she accused. Because justice isn't mercy, I said. It's truth delivered without fear. Her eyes burned with tears. She'll see you coming, Ethan. Then I'll make sure she sees me too late. Clara stood trembling. If you go through with this, you'll lose what's left of yourself. I lost myself the day they left me to die, I said. She covered her mouth. God, you mean it. I mean every word. She hesitated, then whispered, Please, spare her. Tell her to confess, I said. It's the only mercy I have left. She backed away, tears streaking her face. You think revenge will heal you, but it won't. Maybe not, I said. But it'll make things even. She turned and walked out. I watched her disappear into the crowd. Sophia joined me minutes later. How'd it go? She begged for mercy, I said. And you? I reminded her mercy is for those who tell the truth. Sophia exhaled. You're colder than I thought. Cold keeps me alive, I said. Just don't freeze your soul, she murmured. I looked out the window. Souls are for men who haven't been buried. Sophia didn't argue. Then let's finish this. We're close, I nodded. Aaron and Lena built their empire on stolen foundations. I met her eyes. I'm just here to make sure it collapses beautifully. Sophia's lips curved. You make vengeance sound like architecture. It is, I said. Every lie is a beam, every secret a wall. You remove the right one. I paused, feeling the weight of Clara's tears still hanging in my chest. And the whole thing falls. She whispered, Then let's bring it down. I raised my cup in a silent toast. To truth and to ghosts, she said. I smiled. They never stay buried. The ballroom smelled of roses. I stood by the balcony and watched them move. Do you see him? Sophia whispered. Who? I asked. That man by the bar? We're here, I said. We moved through people. Aaron stood center, confident. Lena was at his side, laughing. Ready? Sophia asked. I promised myself a proper reveal, I said. She handed me champagne. To small truths. To small truths, I answered. Lena laughed and the sound hit me like a blade. She turned, eyes locking on mine. Her glass slipped and shattered. Ethan? She stammered. No, I said, smiling faintly. You buried him years ago, gasps rose. Cameras flashed. Aaron stepped forward. What is this? You told the world I was gone, I said. You sold my name. We did what we had to, he snapped. You framed me for fraud, I said. You took my company. That's a lie, Aaron said. Then explain the transfers, Sophia cut in. The shell companies. The bribes, Aaron's face went hard. You have no proof. Not yet, I said. But people listen when scandals start at galas. Lena's voice trembled. Ethan, please. We can fix this. Fix it, I echoed. You left me bleeding. It wasn't supposed to go that far, she whispered. It went exactly as you planned, I said. You chose money over me. Don't, Aaron growled. Don't make this worse. Make it worse? I repeated. You already made it worse by lying. Security moved toward us. A woman shouted, Is he actually Ethan Cole? Who is he? Someone else asked. Sophia stepped forward. He's a witness and he has leads. This is the start, Aaron waved the guards. Remove him. They took my arm. I let them. Don't become them, Sophia mouthed. I'm not them, I mouthed back. Outside the elevator, they expected me to rage. Instead, I straightened and spoke once. You erased me, I said. You thought that ended everything. It didn't, Aaron's jaw tightened. You think this helps you? It starts the unravel, I said. They'll remember the man they buried. Lena's hand flew to her mouth. Please, she sobbed. Someone recorded, phones raised. Rumors began before the gala ended. Ethan Cole seen alive. Sophia walked beside me. You did something reckless. I did what needed to be done, I said. You're changing, she warned. You sound like them. I sound like someone who refuses to be quiet, I replied. She looked at me with concern. Don't lose yourself. I won't lose what was left, I said. We left into the night. The building's lights glared like accusations. I felt something loosen inside them, a crack. That crack would spread. What's next? Sophia asked. Find the papers, I said. And the men who signed them, she nodded. I'll dig. All right, but be careful. Careful is a luxury, I said. I traded it for certainty, she sighed. Then be smart. I am, I said. As we walked, a reporter stepped toward us. Sir, will you comment on the allegations? I paused. Yes, I said. They must answer for what they did. Are you sure you want to keep this public? Sophia muttered. We need witnesses, I replied. We need the world to remember. A taxi honked. The street smelled like wet stone and old cigarettes. I kept my hands in my pockets. Do you ever miss being just an architect? Sophia asked suddenly. Sometimes, I admitted. Then I remember they used my designs to build a lie. They looked comfortable tonight, she said. Like their life was perfect. Perfect is fragile, I said. I broke it open. She looked at me sharply. Ethan, don't, I said. Let them feel the uncertainty they gave me. She fell silent, then said softly, You can't let this consume you. Consumption is part of the plan, I said. She studied me. Then promise me you won't cross the line. I can't promise to spare them, I said. I can promise to do it cleanly, she nodded slowly. Clean is better than brutal. Justice prefers clean, I said. We stopped under a lamppost. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a small card, Sophia's number on the back. Call if there's trouble, she said. I will, I said. And Sophia? Yes? Thank you, I said, for believing something I couldn't even believe for myself. She looked away, wiping a corner of her eye. Don't thank me yet. We have work. We parted ways at the corner. The night felt charged, like the air after lightning. I walked until my shoes ached and the city thinned. I rehearsed lines in my head, plans rotating like gears. The reveal had been surgical. The next steps would be louder. They had a mask, a perfect public face. I had thrown a stone. Now I had to widen the crack. The morning after the gala, my inbox was a battlefield. Did you see this? Sophia's voice on the phone was sharp. Anonymous drop, offshore transfers, board minutes. Aaron's fingerprints are all over it. I saw, I said. They're starting to look shaky. Starting? Ethan, they're collapsing. Her breath jittered with equal parts fear and triumph. Good, I said. Let them collapse. You're calm, she said. Are you okay? Focused, I corrected. Calm and focus aren't the same. Investors are pulling out. A fund froze ties. The press is loud. Perfect. Find links to shell companies, emails, anything tying Aaron and Lena to transfers. I will, she promised. Be careful. Aaron called a press conference for tonight. Let him, I said. He'll expose himself. When reporters attacked the stage, Aaron's face was a practiced mask. We deny wrongdoing, he said. These accusations lack merit. Where's the proof? Someone shouted. Our accounting firm will audit everything, Aaron answered. Lena at his side smiled, but her hands shook. After the crowd thinned, Lena slipped away and found me in the alley. Ethan, she breathed. Please. You look like someone who cries for cameras, I said. This isn't what it looks like, she begged. Aaron forced me. He said if I didn't sign, he'd destroy us. You signed the papers, I said. You authorized transfers. I didn't know where the money went, she whispered. I didn't read the fine print. You put your name on lies, I said. You watched me die and walked away. I thought you were gone, she said. I thought that would fix it. You thought absence would erase guilt, I said. It didn't erase me. She fell to her knees. I made a mistake. I'll confess. I'll tell the truth. Why now? I asked. Because I can't live with it, she said. Your face haunts me. If you confess, they'll go to prison, I said. They deserve it, she said. Aaron more than me. Do you want them punished or do you want to be free? I asked. Both, she said, tears hot on her cheeks. Then confess publicly, I told her. Not apologies in private. Not whispers. Stand in front of cameras and say what you did. I will, she promised. I will go to the prosecutor. You understand he'll try to protect himself, I warned. I know, she said. I'll sign a sworn statement. The alley light flickered. Her apology sounded small against the city's hum. Sparing you won't fix what they took, I said. But truth might. Confession is the only mercy I have left. She reached for my hand. Will you forgive me? Forgiveness isn't a transaction, I said. If you want to stop the hurt, tell the truth. I will, she repeated. Sophia called later. It's out. Lena confessed. Aaron's board is shaken. How do you feel? She asked. I thought I'd feel triumph, I said. I feel hollow. You're changing, Sophia warned. This hunger, don't let it become you. I don't want to become them, I said. Then don't feed the hunger with hatred, she said. Hatred keeps me moving, I admitted. Hatred eats you, she said softly. I hung up and stared at the ceiling. The confession started the fall I wanted, but something inside me that expected satisfaction stayed cold and empty. That night, Lena's name was everywhere. Reporters replayed her words. Investors discussed damage control. Aaron issued statements promising cooperation. Victor called that afternoon. You're stirring the hornet's nest, he said. You sure you want this? I didn't start it, I said. I'm finishing it. Fine. Use my legal team if you need them, but watch collateral. That night, Sophia phoned. They're tearing Aaron down. Online, investors, even his mentor, people are leaving. Is Lena cooperating? I asked. She gave testimony, she said. But Aaron plays wounded leader on camera. People feel bad for him. Sympathy is a shield, I said. It won't hold, she replied. Truth seeps through. Then widen the cracks, I told her. Be careful, she warned. You're changing. You sound colder. I'm focused, I said. Maybe to you, she said. Maybe not to everyone. Do you regret this? I asked. What we do? She asked. No, but I fear what it does to you. I can't stop, I said. Not now. Then promise you'll come back, she said. If you go too far, I'll pull you back. I'll try, I said. The word tasted weak. We hung up. The city hummed on. Headlines next day read, CEO's empire shakes. I felt a widening space inside where triumph should be. The cracks were visible now, not only in Aaron's life, but in me. The call came at dawn. Sophia's voice was urgent. They're leaving tonight, she said. Aaron's booked a private jet. He's moving assets through a courier to the airport. Where? I asked. Small airstrip by the river. He thinks it's secret. There's a manifest, transfers, a private logistics company on the books. I can trace it. Good, we stop him, I said. I met Detective Harris under low clouds. You're sure? He asked. Sophia found the trail, I said. He's fleeing with cash and documents. Harris nodded. We need probable cause. A witness or a confession. I can be that witness, I said. The jet smelled of leather. Aaron laughed. We did well, Lena. No one suspects a thing. Are you sure? Lena asked. Relax, by morning we'll be gone. I let them board. Harris signaled. Officers blocked the steps. Aaron froze. What is this? He barked. You're under arrest for embezzlement and bribery, Harris said. We have warrants and evidence. Lena went white. Aaron, no, stay back, he hissed, reaching for his phone. Don't move, Harris ordered. You're making a mistake, Aaron spat. Who are you to ruin me? The man you left for dead, I said. Stand down. They cuffed him. He glared at Lena. You did this, he snarled. I didn't know the scale, she whispered. Reporters shouted questions as Harris guided them. We'll file statements at the station, he said. In court, I listened as the charges were read. Gallery buzzed. Do you understand the charges? The prosecutor asked Aaron. I deny everything, he said. This is a setup. Do you have anything to say? The judge asked Lena. I helped transfer funds, she said. I was scared. I didn't intend harm. Later, on the courthouse steps, Lena clung to Stone, her makeup smeared. She saw me and staggered forward. Ethan, she sobbed, please. I didn't know it would go this far. I'm sorry. You left me, I said. You walked away while I bled. I was afraid, she whispered. Aaron threatened us. He said he'd ruin us if we didn't comply. You signed the papers, I said. You helped bury me. I thought I could fix it later, she said. I couldn't sleep. I thought about calling you, but I was ashamed. Then why confess? I asked. Because I couldn't live with it, she said. Because your face haunted me. Confession is a start, I said. But I wanted truth in public. You did that. I named Aaron, she said. I signed statements. Her apology felt small. Forgiveness isn't currency, I said. What do you want from me? Please forgive me, she begged. Forgiveness isn't a transaction, I said. I want truth. Tell them who else is involved. I did, she whispered. I told the prosecutors. She crumpled. I'm sorry, she sobbed. A woman in the crowd shouted, He looks broken! I'm broken, I admitted. You broke me. Sophia found me in the rain. He's cuffed, she said. Aaron's being processed. Does it fix anything? I asked. It starts the truth, she said. People will know. But I don't feel free, I said. I feel hollow. You're changing, Sophia warned. Don't let this consume you. I can't stop, I said. Not now. Promise you'll come back if you go too far, she said. I'll try, I said. The word felt weak. We watched footage of the arrest that night. Aaron pleaded his innocence on camera, spinning sympathy. Lena's statements replayed, her voice small. She said I became the monster she feared, I said, biting the words. She said that? Sophia asked. Yes, it stung. You wanted justice, she said. You got the law involved. Maybe justice looks like me now, I said. Maybe vengeance wore my face. Don't let their sins become yours, she pleaded. Justice isn't pretty, I said. It isn't clean either. Then let truth finish it, she said. Stand down and let the system close this. I can't be the executioner, I said. But I can stop pulling the trigger. Good, she said. Let the law do the rest. Harris caught my sleeve. You did well, he said. You gave us the break. Did I get my name back? I asked. Evidence will do the rest, he said. You started it. How many people will it free? I asked. Hard to say, he admitted. The fallout will be loud. I handled quiet for 2 years, I said. Sophia arrived, rain in her hair. Sources are talking. Witnesses remembered after Lena's confession. Your name is back in print. Do I want it back? I asked. What does it mean to be alive in headlines? It means choice, she said. Reclaim or walk away. I can't walk away yet, I said. Truth's unfolding. Promise me one thing, she said. Don't do this to erase them. Do this to fix things. I'll try, I said. The word felt small. That night I stood alone and whispered, I wanted justice, but justice can look like me. I wondered which parts of myself I would find when the dust finally settled, if any remained alive. The sea was calm that morning. The waves rolled in slow and steady, like they'd waited years for me to return. I sat on the same rock where everything had once fallen apart. The wind carried the faint scent of salt and memory. Sophia sat beside me, hands folded around a steaming cup of coffee. She broke the silence first. Are you finally free? I watched the horizon before answering. Maybe not free, but alive, she smiled faintly. That's something. It's everything, I said. I used to think revenge would fix the cracks, that justice meant balance, but it just leaves you standing alone at the end, wondering if you were ever different from them. Sophia turned toward me. You were different. You didn't run. You didn't lie. I did worse, I admitted. I waited. I planned. I made their downfall my only purpose. You exposed criminals, she said. You didn't destroy innocence. Maybe, I murmured. But when I saw Lena crying outside the courthouse, I didn't feel victory. I felt nothing. No anger, no joy. Just silence. That's what happens when you carry pain too long, she said softly. It starts to feel like identity. I laughed bitterly. Identity. Once I had a name that meant something, Ethan Cole, husband, architect, dreamer. Then I became a ghost. And ghosts don't have names. Then who are you now? She asked. I looked at her. Someone who learned how to survive the storm he started. She nodded slowly. That's a beginning. We sat for a while, listening to the tide crash against the rocks. The world felt wide again, but quieter than I remembered. I used to come here with Lena, I said. We'd talk about the future. Houses by the sea, kids, plans. Funny how dreams rot faster than bodies. Sophia didn't respond. She knew I wasn't asking for comfort. I found a letter in my old desk, I said after a pause. She wrote it before everything fell apart. Said she was proud of me. Said I made her feel safe. I keep wondering when that changed. Maybe when fear became stronger than love, she said. Fear, I repeated. Yeah, it ruled all of us. Her fear of losing status, Aaron's fear of exposure, my fear of being forgotten. We all traded truth for survival. Sophia placed her cup down. But you didn't stay buried. I almost did, I said. After they left me, I wanted the sea to take me. I wanted silence more than air. She turned to me sharply. You didn't. I thought about it, I said. But something in me refused to die knowing they'd win. I wanted to be the last thing they saw before their empire crumbled. Sophia sighed. You were right to fight back. But you can't keep living there. The war's over. I don't know how to live outside it, I confessed. Every day since I came back has been a battle. Now that it's done, there's no battlefield left, just emptiness. Then fill it, she said. Start again. Build something for yourself this time. What if there's nothing left of me to build with? She smiled gently. There's enough. I see it every time you talk about what's right, not what's gone. I stared at the waves, the sun spilling gold across their peaks. Do you think peace ever comes? Not like people imagine, she said. It's not quiet. It's not clean. It's just acceptance. The moment you stop rewriting the past in your head. I keep hearing her words, I said quietly. You became the monster you feared. Maybe she was right. She was hurt, Sophia said. People say cruel things when they're drowning in guilt. Still, I said, she wasn't wrong. I looked in the mirror after Aaron's arrest and I didn't see Ethan. I saw everything they'd made me become. Then let him go, she said. Let Ethan Cole rest, I smiled faintly. That's what I'm trying to do. Then start by forgiving yourself, she said. I looked at her, the wind tugging at her hair. You really think forgiveness is possible? Not all at once, she said. But piece by piece, yes, I laughed softly. You sound like you believe in redemption. I have to, she said. Otherwise, what's the point of surviving? Her words lingered. For the first time in months, I felt something shift inside me, a small, fragile spark of release. I visited my old firm last week, I said. They didn't recognize me at first. I told them I was consulting for a restoration project. The new architect asked what I'd build if I could start over. What did you say? She asked. A bridge, I said. Something that connects instead of divides. Sophia smiled. That sounds like you. Maybe it's who I was meant to be, I said. Not the man who lost everything. Not the one who took revenge. Just someone who wants to build again. We sat in silence as the sun climbed higher. The sea glittered like liquid glass. Do you miss her? Sophia asked suddenly. I hesitated. Yes, but not the person she became, the one she used to be. The one who looked at me and saw more than ambition. She might have seen that again if things had gone differently, she said. Maybe, I said. But if she hadn't betrayed me, I would have never found the strength to stand again. Sophia's gaze softened. Then maybe in a cruel way she gave you back to yourself. I let that sink in. Strange, isn't it? I spent years chasing revenge, but it was loss that taught me who I am. That's what survival looks like, she said quietly. The wind grew gentler. The horizon shimmered. I whispered, Ethan Cole is truly gone. Sophia looked at me. Then who sits beside me now? I smiled. Someone who lived again. For a long while we didn't speak. The waves moved in rhythm, slow and sure, as if time itself was healing. I don't know where to go next, I said finally. Anywhere, she replied. You've earned the right to choose. I stood, the sand shifting under my feet. Maybe I'll start by building that bridge. She rose too. And when you finish, maybe you'll finally see the man who was meant to survive. I nodded. Not Ethan, not the ghost. Just me. As the tide kissed the shore, I took a deep breath. For the first time in years, it didn't burn. The past didn't vanish, but it no longer defined me. The sea whispered against the rocks, and I let it take the last of my anger. Goodbye, Ethan, I said under my breath, and as the sun broke fully over the water, I realized that the silence I'd feared all this time wasn't punishment. It was peace.